When the internet first came around, we had no clue how powerful and how useful email is ever going to become. And our productivity has gone up by orders of magnitudes because of this instant communication, and we don't even realize it anymore. Well, a similar transformation is happening right now where data and backups and entire work environments are migrating to the cloud. And if you want this to reflect in your growth and your profitability, you don't want to be late to this party. Hey there, business owners. I'm Gulraj Shahpuri. I'm a business turnaround coach. I help businesses get back on their growth trajectories, but I'm also a techie, and I've been on top of this cloud thing for the past decade. And in today's 2-Minute Tuesday, you're in good hands. Now, cloud-based services are not a fad or a trend. They're here to stay. The overall goal for you should be keeping costs low, keeping your staff happy, keeping productivity really high, and serving your customers really well. So if you haven't started your migration, it's not whether or not you should do it, it's when you should do it. So let's put 2 minutes on the clock, and I'm going to tell you a few things about cloud migration that are going to help you decide your timelines. The first thing that's important to me is growth. Growth typically doesn't suffer when you're moving from a desktop version of a software to a cloud version of a software. In fact, it goes up because now you can hire employees over geographies. You can hire people that want to work from home at lesser cost. Also, you're going to see for your admin team, it becomes pretty easy. They just have to add in a new user in the software and they're ready to go. Number 2 is ease of use. That's never a problem because cloud-based apps are just as easy, if not easier, as desktop versions of apps. And I seriously recommend you have your accounts and your billing online as quickly as possible, and here's why. As soon as a client says, "Would you send me a new invoice?" you can say, "Oh, I've just sent it to you," right from your smartphone, right then and there. Number 3, when we talk about security, more and more organizations are realizing that it's much safer to have your data online. No, you will not get hacked. In fact, most of your data, if not all of it, will be either stored on Amazon's or Google's or Microsoft servers, and you'll never hear about them getting hacked. Number 4 is downtime during migration. Usually not a problem. If you're migrating from a desktop version of an app to a cloud-based app, usually the database and the data, they get migrated first. Now, the first 25% of the people you're going to migrate over, those are the people that are key to you because you go through all your teething problems with them. Make sure those people are the ones that are more tech savvy. Now, when the remainder 75% get brought over after 2 days, those 25% will help them out because they've probably already seen all the things that they would have gone through. Number 5, cost. Cost has been pretty important to me. I always thought it was cheaper buying a software than to pay for it over years. Companies realize people like me are afraid to commit, so they actually reduce their yearly licensing costs quite a bit. Now they're at par or even less. But another thing is that your company shrinks and grows as per the business times changing. You can't keep buying new devices and new software and sell them as soon as an employee leaves. It's just not going to happen. We have now a bring your own device policy. As soon as somebody comes on board, we just give them the cloud access, we get new licenses for them, and as soon as they leave, we disable their access and we maybe give it to the next person who takes over. Number 6 is hardware costs. Usually cloud-based software is not power hungry on your side, it's power hungry on the cloud side. That's where the number crunching happens. You don't need to keep upgrading your systems. All you need is something that can run a browser, but you do need really fast internet connections nowadays, and luckily bandwidth costs are following day by day, well, month by month at least. Number 7 is collaboration. Well, that's going to go through the roof. Imagine an unlimited number of staff can work on the same spreadsheet at the same time or the same Word document at the same time. Oh, they're going to collaborate. And lastly, data. Now, I'll admit, I'm a techie, but I'm also a traditionalist. I like to manage my data on my local computer, and it keeps getting synced to the cloud. If I want, I can also work on my data on the cloud, and it'll sync to my desktop. And I have employees in my company that only work on the cloud, but their data keeps syncing to their desktop computer, but they keep doing all their work on the cloud. Either way, it gets backed up on both ends, and data security because of that is pretty good. Well, that's it. Time's up. I'll be the first to admit that this 2-Minute Tuesday video has been different than the ones before because usually I tell you the how, and today I was telling you the why. The how to migrate from a desktop version to a cloud-based version, it's easier than you think. It typically takes about half a day per software, and your employees will take another 2 days to migrate over. It's usually that easy. Now, for most of your office work, you're going to need a really great office suite. Both Google and Microsoft have great office suites, and they've been keeping each other in check by one-upping each other over the last few years. Both even have free versions, but the free versions come with less storage space, but they're pretty good. Now, with Google's case, if you like automation and if you like your processes to be automated, a lot of techies have been banging their heads a lot longer with Google's offerings, so that might be a way to go. But if you like that familiar Microsoft Office look and feel, MS Office Online is the way to go. It's a really great suite, has just as much automation, but people just haven't figured it out as much yet. Now, by the way, Microsoft has a much pricier desktop version of their suite as well, but for people like me who are old timers, I like to have that in case my internet connection fails. Now, if you haven't guessed, in our office we use Microsoft's products because firstly, I love the cloud storage that they give. It's really easy to navigate. Secondly, I like their familiar feel I've been using for decades now. And thirdly, I love Bill Gates and I'm going to leave all my money to him. In the comment section below, let us know whether you like Google's G Suite option or Microsoft's Office 365 option. And if you haven't started migrating to an online version of these packages, please take about half a day for each of them, figure them out over the weekend, see which one you like and then stick to it. They're both pretty good. If you got value from this video, take a moment and hit the like button. And if you're not part of our family yet, please subscribe to our channel. We'd love to have you on board. And if this is your first 2-Minute Tuesday video, please click the link over here to see some other ones. And if you want to see what YouTube has to recommend, please click over here. Either way, you can't go wrong. And please head over to imeanbusiness.com where we give you strategies, tips and tricks on how you can be more profitable in your business and how you can live an extraordinary life.